Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Of course, I'm Brother Judah Israel, and I have another word to share with the listening ears of Yah's people. So, blessed be our Father, Yahuwah in heaven, the Ruach HaKodesh, and our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. And family, this video will be entitled, Family, Be Aware of Calculated Spiritual Attacks. I was attacked recently. And greetings to all the Israelites in YouTube land. Yes, I was attacked recently, family. But at the beginning of this video, family, it will speak about the origin of these evil spirits, okay? After the flood, the spirits of those Nephilim giants, some of them were still allowed to remain on the surface of the earth. Those are the evil spirits, okay? And in the middle of the message, I will speak about Job's experience, a man of Yah, Job, his experience with spiritual warfare. And at the end, I'll give a brief explanation of what happened to me in my spiritual warfare last week. Okay, so family, I'll have something to read out of the book of Enoch, Jubilees, and the 66. But I'll first be reading from the book of Enoch, chapter 15, verses 1 to 10. I'll be starting at. Yes, the Nephilim giants, a tenth part of those spirits of those giants are still in the earth, and they are the evil spirits. Okay? Not because I say so, but because it is written who they are and where they came from. Okay, Enoch chapter 15, verses 8 to 12. And now the giants who are produced from the spirits and flesh will be called evil spirits on the earth. And their dwelling will be on the earth. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they were born from men, and their beginning and primal origin is from the holy watchers. There will be evil spirits on the earth, and they will be called evil spirits. As for the spirits of heaven, their dwelling will be in heaven. But as for the evil spirits on earth, which were born on earth, their dwelling will be on earth. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits will rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. Catch all those descriptions of what they will be the cause of, family? These spirits is what destroy people's relationships. But people don't think the things that they're dealing with are spiritual. But what we're dealing with in this earth are spiritual things, family. Even the Bible said they come to kill, steal, and destroy. So just let me give a brief description of all the things that they do. The evil spirits of these giants afflict, they oppress, they destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth. They cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these will rise up against the children of men and against women, because they proceeded from them. You see, these evil spirits are behind a lot of drama that we face. And I'll explain and help you understand, family, what that looks like. You know, they can offer us ideas, suggestions, vain imaginations they can put before your sight. They can come into your dreams. You know, these evil spirits. Okay, family, from here I'll be going over to the book of Jubilees, chapter 10. Book of Jubilees, chapter 10. And here it is talking about these evil spirits were harassing Noah's sons and sons' sons Okay, after the flood, of course. And Noah's sons and their sons, they prayed, they told Noah, and he prayed to our Father to make the spirits of these giants leave his offspring alone and his sons' children. Okay, so I'm just going to read from verses chapter 10, Jubilees chapter 10, book of Jubilees chapter 10, verses 3 to 9. That should cover a pretty good amount of what I'm trying to say here, what I want everybody to understand, what's going on. Jubilees chapter 10, verse 3 to 9. And it says here, let your grace be lifted up on my sons, and do not let wicked spirits rule over them, lest they should destroy them from the earth. But bless me and my sons, that we may increase and multiply and replenish the earth. And you know now, your watchers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day. And as for the spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in the place of condemnation. This is Noah talking to our Father. And do not let them bring destruction on the sons of your servant, my Elohim. For these are malevolent and created in order to destroy. And do not let them rule over the spirits of the living. For you alone can exercise dominion over them. And do not let them have power over the sons of the righteous from now on and forevermore. And the Adonai our Elohim commanded us to bind all. And then this chief spirit, Mastema, he's the chief spirit of the Nephilim giants. And the chief spirit, Mastema, came and said, Adonai, Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them listen to my voice, and do all that I will say unto them. For if some of them are not left to me, I will not be able to execute the power of my will on the sons of men. For these are for corruption and leading astray before my judgment. For great is the wickedness of the sons of men. And he said, this is our Father right here, let the 10th part of them remain before him, and let 9 parts descend into the place of condemnation. So I've read this scripture and messages before, but I know there's a lot of new people on my channel now. So the spirits of these evil spirits are the spirits of the Nephilim giants, who are the offspring of the watcher angels and women. Okay, so 10% of them Yah allowed to stay in the earth. And these are the ones who bring spiritual attack against men and women on earth. You can't ignore your enemy, family, and expect to win battles against them. We need to know how they fight, okay, in order to prevail against them. That would be the natural thing to do, is understand how your enemy fights, not ignore them, because they are beings with spiritual knowledge and power, and they come against men and women on earth. They cause trouble. They afflict. They oppress. They do battle. They cause trouble in relationships. This is what they do. The Bible actually said they come kill, steal, and destroy. So we shouldn't ignore our enemies, because they know everything about us, because they watch us all through the day, every day of the week. They don't sleep. They're always watching us, and they learn what we like, what we don't like, what we turned on by. And they use that against us, family. And that's how they can destroy relationships, marriages. You know, this is what they do. They bruise and attack and oppress people on this earth. Okay, family, now I'll be going to the book of Jubilees, chapter 19. Verses 13 to 28. Okay, the book of Jubilees, chapter 19, verse 13 to 28, I'm sorry, 13 to 28. Okay, Okay, and in the 6th week, in the 2nd year thereof, Rebekah bore to Isaac 2 sons, Jacob and Esau. And Jacob was a smooth and upright man, and Esau was fierce, a man of the field, and hairy, and Jacob dwelt in tents. And the youths grew, and Jacob learned to write, but Esau did not learn, for he was a man of the field and a hunter, and he learned war, and all his deeds were fierce. And Abraham loved Jacob, but Isaac loved Esau. And Abraham saw the deeds of Esau, and he knew that in Jacob should his name and seed be called. And he called Rebekah and gave command regarding Jacob, for he knew that she too loved Jacob much more than Esau. And he said to her, my daughter, watch over my son Jacob, for he will be in my stead on the earth, and for a blessing in the midst of the children of men, and for the glory and the whole seed of Shem. For I know that the Adonai will choose him to be a people for possession to himself, above all peoples that are on the face of the earth. And behold, my son Isaac loves Esau more than Jacob, but I see that you truly love Jacob. Add still further to your kindness to him, and let your eyes be on him in love, for he will be a blessing to us on the earth from now on, and to all the generations of the earth. Let your hands be strong, and let your heart rejoice in your son Jacob, for I loved him far beyond all my sons. He will be blessed forever, and his seed will fill the whole earth. If a man can number the sand of the sea on earth, his seed will also be numbered. And all the blessings with which the Adonai has blessed me and my seed will belong to Jacob and his seed always. So Jacob was the son that was actually chosen to bear this seed. That would be a blessing. Okay? It was not Esau. But this is why Esau was so angry and is still angry that Yah did not choose him. But Jacob was chosen, his twin brother. That's where the anger started. Okay, and now, family, I'll be going over to the book of John. You probably heard it before, that the thief come to kill, steal, and destroy. That would be the enemy, Satan and his evil spirits. John chapter 10, verse 3 to 9. Okay, and it says here, the thief come not but for to steal, to kill, and destroy. Now we know the objective is to come to kill, steal, and destroy. It's talking about these spirits. The objective is to kill, steal, and destroy. So that sounds like some serious business. We should be trying to learn how to fight and combat in spiritual warfare, because they are coming to kill, steal, and destroy in our lives, in our relationships, in our homes, in our families, in our friendships. You know, anything meaningful in your life, that's what they want to take, they want to kill, and they want to destroy it. Okay, family, now I'll be going over to Job, the book of Job. I know many of us have heard that he was attacked, and he was, you know, but many probably haven't read. Okay. Now, this is Job chapter 1, from verse 6 to 22. And it says here, now there was a day when the sons of Elohim came to present themselves before the Adonai, and Satan also came among them. And the Adonai said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Adonai and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Adonai said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect man and upright, one that feareth Elohim and escheweth evil? That means that Job purposely stayed away from things that were wicked and not right and unholy. So he purposely stayed away from those things because he was a man of Yah. Then Satan answered the Adonai and said, doth Job fear Elohim for naught? It's like, do he fear you for nothing? Then he get to breaking it down here. Hast not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? That thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Adonai said unto Satan, Behold, all that he has is in thy power, only upon him put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Adonai. And that was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The fire of Elohim is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. He, in spite of all what he was told, this is his reaction. Okay, he humbled himself. That's what it means. He rent his clothes, shaved his head, fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Adonai gave, and the Adonai hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Adonai. That was his reaction to all what they had told him. Truly a man of Yah. Okay, chapter 2. Book of Job, chapter 2. Again, there was a day when the sons of Elohim came to present themselves before the Adonai, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Adonai. And the Adonai said unto Satan, From whence cometh thou? And Satan answered the Adonai and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Adonai said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Elohim and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Adonai and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan's objective is to get permission from Yah to allow him to do these horrible, wicked things to Job, so Job could curse Yah. This is what Satan is banking on. Okay, and the Adonai said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Adonai, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. That's from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head. And in my life, I've had 2 boils before. And I'm talking about, I caught hell. I mean, for real. At the time, I had the flu. This is 2009, and I dealt with 2 boils. I had to go to the doctor, and he slit them open and drained that fluid out of them. But I'm talking about, I was walking like a crippled person. I mean, it was difficult to go to the bathroom. Just 2 boils. Job had them from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet, all over. I can't imagine how that felt. How horrible that must have felt. Okay. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself with him, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Elohim and die. See, this is what Satan did. He was trying his best to get Job to curse Yah, but Yah wouldn't do it, even though he took all his businesses, killed his children, destroyed his animals, his crop, you know. Now he got boils all over his body from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet. And he still hadn't cursed Yah. And so Satan is trying to win against Yah so badly that he goes to Job's wife and offer her these words to Job to say. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Elohim and die. See, this is what evil spirits do. They have the ability to give you thoughts, ideas, and suggestions. They can put it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they do to all people in this world. That's why there's so much drama and discord and division and crime and murder in the earth, because evil spirits work their wickedness throughout the world in people. Men, women, boys, and girls. You know, this is what they do. So we as children and people of Yah, the word says, keep on the whole armor of Yah. Sometimes you can have your armor on and they'll still attack you. Okay? Now, Job, it says here, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Elohim? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. All what he experienced, all the evil, the wickedness that he experienced, he did not sin against Yah with his lips. So Yah won against Satan because Job was truly a man of Yah. You know, but so he's a good example of how tough and strong in the word of Yah and the power of Yah we should be. You know, he didn't. No matter what he faced, he didn't curse Yah. He held his integrity, and he stuck with Yah. And I didn't go further into the chapters of Job, but it says that he found eventually Yah restored him with double what he lost. Him and his wife even had more children. Okay, so he passed that trial that he had to experience. Okay, now family, from here I'll be going over to Matthew chapter 12, verse 43 to 45. Now this is just some of the activity of evil spirits in the earth. This is our Messiah talking to his disciples when he was on the earth as a man. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and findeth none. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also until this wicked generation. You see how it's people so quick to kill in the world today. You hear about people getting, arrested for rapes. People come up dead because you got perverts, with no self-control, but these evil spirits, they get in people. That's why it's so essential for us as children of Yah to do what the word of Yah says. Keep his commandments, walk in love toward our brother and our sister. Of course, love Yah first with all our heart, our soul, and our strength. Love our neighbor as ourselves. If we do these things, we won't leave ourselves open to be used by these evil spirits that are among us in the world, family. It is really serious because they are so perverted, and their objective is to win against Yah. But their test is us. So we have to be strong in the word of Yah and be obedient to what he said, because if people want to fall off, these evil spirits are just waiting on their time to come in to kill, steal, and destroy. Even us and things in our lives, our loved ones, they are so perverted and they hate us because we're Yah's chosen people, and they don't sleep, you know. But so our thing is that we must just walk in obedience to what our Father's word says, keeping our whole arm of Yah. Don't, just because you've been doing well for a long time, don't say, well, I think I can go ahead and step aside from Yah. Don't do that, because evil spirits just stepping into their turf. You know, outside of Yah is, all the turf is outside of Yah is their turf. So that's where you would not want to be. You don't want to be on their turf, you know. But okay, now what I experienced last week, actually it was Wednesday was when I did my last video called Yah has set his name on Israel forever and ever, but there's only judgment for Esau. It was that night. I went to bed, and it happened around like probably 1:45 in the morning. I woke up. I was feeling a lot of pain in my around my chest area, all the way up, and I was like, oh man, I bent over. I had felt that pain before, but I went into spiritual warfare, and whatever was trying to make me feel this horrible pain in the past, I put the word of Yah on it. I renounce this in the mighty name of Yahushua Hamashiach. I bind up the presence of darkness. You know, you go into spiritual warfare, and within a couple minutes, whatever is on me, I was always able to make it get off me by speaking the word of Yah over my own self. I plead the precious atoning blood of Yahushua Hamashiach from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet, and as I'm speaking the word of Yah, I'm touching myself in different places, you know, because they come up on you, family. This is what these evil spirits do. They are perverted, you know. So you have to keep yourself covered and your family, you know. But, you know, like I've heard of saying, it's like, as a man of Yah, a woman of Yah, you know, new level, new devil. So as you grow more in the word and the things of Yah, you know, the evil spirits, the enemy, they send more evil spirits at you with more power to combat you. This is what they do. And through my spiritual walk, I know this is true. You know, but anyhow, what happened as I woke up feeling this pain all in my chest area and stuff, and binding and rebuking like I normally would do in spiritual warfare, but normally it would go away, and after a couple minutes, I get it off me, whatever it is. And but it wasn't leaving. And I'm talking to the Father about it, you know, Father, whatever this is, you know, I know you are in control, and if this is my trial, I receive it in the mighty name of Yahushua Mashiach, because it is in his word that he allow us to, you know, suffer sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And like what Job went through. So I didn't curse him. I stayed faithful to him, and I just dealt with it. And I said to myself, well, if I'm still feeling like this around the time my alarm clock goes off at 4 o'clock, I'm going to call in and just call off work. But so I was on the floor and stuff, holding myself, and I got back in the bed. And so, you know, this lasted from about 1:45 in the morning all the way to about 3, when it was getting like about 15 minutes to 4, it was subsiding more and more. And by the time 4 o'clock came, I'm sitting up, you know, and by the time my alarm was finna go off, I wasn't feeling pain no more. So I got cleaned up and went on to work. And when I went inside, eventually, I told my boss what happened. That, you know, I woke up feeling some pain in my chest and torso area and stuff like that. And I said, I'm just letting you know. And he said, well, okay. I said, I'm going to try to stick it out, work and stick the day out. And he said, okay, it's fine. If it comes back, then let me know. I said, okay. So I worked about, the pain never came back. So I worked about a good 2 hours. So around 8 o'clock, I was feeling fatigue, and I wasn't my normal self, full of energy and stuff. I was feeling fatigue and like, you know, just, you know, winded. And I went and talked to him. I told him, he said, what you want to do? Go to emergency, or you want to go home? I said, well, I'm just going to go home, you know, and Try to come back tomorrow. Because I knew what it was. It was a spiritual attack. And so I walked to one of the punch-out clocks, and a couple of my co-workers saw me. And they said, wow, man, you look horrible. What's wrong? I said, I don't feel too good. I just talked to the boss. He told me I could leave. And they said, you want us to call you the ambulance or something? These two Gentiles. I said, no, I don't think we need to do all that. I said, I'll be fine. He said, man, you're looking like that. You don't need to be driving. You know, we don't want you to die here. So I said, no, don't call the ambulance. And one of them, he shot to my boss's office, and whatever he told me, he said, I'm taking you to the hospital. And then he went to the our boss office, and then he came back. He told me I can take you to the hospital. I said, okay. And the other guy said, I'll punch you out. Don't worry about it. I said, okay. So we jumped in his car. I went to a hospital not far from my job, and he left me there. Told me if I need him, just call him, and he'll come and get me. And so anyway, they got me into emergency room really quick and stuff, and ran all my vitals and stuff, and took tests of my blood, and they said that they'll be back to talk to me after they, test the blood and all that. All my vitals was normal. Okay, blood pressure, heart rate was normal, and as I was there laying on the gurney, I felt better and better, and I didn't feel stuffy no more, and I felt cool, So they came back in the room and said there was nothing wrong with your blood at all, but in these circumstances, we like to take another sample, another test, and test it and make sure, everything's fine. So go for it. So they took some more blood, and they said they'll come back once the results are shown. And they did that, and they said, we found nothing, so you can go. And I said, how you feel? I said, I feel like $1 million, like nothing never happened. That's how I know it was spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? And so it was around like my lunch hour time then, and I didn't want to bother my coworkers, so I went on and got me a lift back to the job. And I went to my boss's office. No, I didn't. It was my lunch hour, so I went on and took my lunch hour in my car. And then I was finna do a video on and post it and share with my Israelite family on YouTube what happened. But I was like up and down about it. I recorded. I said, nah, it's too soon. I already got a video premiering for Sabbath. I didn't want to cut in the middle of it, but I was still thinking about, should I just go ahead and post it? I said, no, I'll just wait till after that video premiere, and then I'll do one about spiritual warfare, how we need to be aware of it. So after lunch hour, I talked to my boss, and I said, I'm fine. I feel great. I'm not going home. I'm staying here to work. And he said, okay, that's fine. And so, everybody was asking me, you okay? I said, feel like $1 million. This is spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? And in closing, family, I have one more scripture in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. I've been under spiritual attack before. You know what I'm saying? One day some years ago, I was sent back in my room, getting ready to watch some stuff on a Friday. That was before I was even walking in the truth. I could have been early into it and didn't know that, we shouldn't be watching programs on TV. You know what I'm saying? You learn as you go. And so I don't think I was a member of no Hebrew Israelite church or nothing. I was just keeping the commandments, and I stopped eating pork and stuff like that. But I was still watching programs on Friday until I went to the Hebrew Israelites, and they shared with me, like on the Sabbath, this is like 2017, way back then. They said on the Sabbath, just give Yah your time. Don't be watching regular programs on TV. You can check out the news, keep yourself abreast of what's going on in the world, but after that, just shut it down and just be in your word and in prayer. And so ever since 2017, that's what I do on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Watch other people's videos to be fed and be in the word, take naps and stuff like that. And I won't be doing the regular stuff. We're not supposed to be doing the regular stuff we do on any other day of the week. This is Yah's day. the Sabbath, so we're supposed to set it aside for the things of Yah. Even our conversation is supposed to be only about Yah and His word, the Ruach, and our Messiah, Yahushua Mashiach. So I was about to say, after I learned that, okay, no more programs on Friday nights. But before I got to that point, I was getting ready to watch something on TV on a Friday. It could have been 2017, 2018. And all of a sudden, my eyes start burning, really like itching. And I'm like wiping them and like, oh man, I knew it was spiritual attack because there was nothing wrong with me. I'm not on any medication, thank Yah for that. I'm 61 years old. I don't take meds for nothing. I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure, nothing. So when that happened the other night, last week, Thursday morning, that actually was, I knew it was spiritual attack because I don't have any ailments. And I thank Yah. They checked my blood and they ain't found nothing. So I thank Yah. I live healthy and stuff. I don't, I follow His dietary laws. I don't eat no pork and no shrimp and no catfish and no stuff in the sea that we ain't supposed to be eating and all that kind of stuff no more. So I feel a whole lot healthier than I did when I was participating with all that mess, But anyway, in closing, family, Luke chapter 10, verse 19, it says here, our Messiah is talking to the disciples. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. I said I woke up in pain, but I wasn't hurt. To be hurt, it means you sustained an injury or a wound. I had no injuries, no wounds. So pain is not the same as hurt. Pain, you know what I'm saying, it's just, there's no injury. There's no wound. So pain is not the same as hurt. He says, behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So this scripture is for the people of Yah who walk in obedience to Him. That's why I say, family, we don't want to get from under the strong tower. We don't want to leave the strong tower of Yah, get off into the world, and we on Satan's turf, and then he can have His way with you. You know what I'm saying? We're on his turf. But, these spirits and authority that He placed among other people, they're in the world and they can attack His people, but they can't lead us astray from Yah because He will not allow that. No spirits were ever placed among the Israelites to lead us astray from Him. But a lot of our people are still not awake yet. They're still not awake, but that's up to Yah to wake people in His timing. So we are not to condemn them just because they're not awake yet, even if you've been trying. And, Yah wakes us up in His time. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're not all going to be awakened at the same time. So please don't try to condemn somebody just because they don't want to hear what you're doing. And, it's not about color, because many of the Psalm 83 nations are black people. It's not about the skin color. It's about the spirit inside of a person. So if you're trying to share the word of Yah with people and they ain't trying to hear it, ain't asking you no questions, trying to learn more, it's like the word of Yah says what to do in those situations. Don't cast your pearls amongst wine. Share it with the people who want to be fed. That's what you do. Share your word of Yah with the people who want to be fed. They want to learn more to make themselves a better person by being obedient to what Yah's word said. So family, this has been, family, be aware of calculated spiritual attacks. I was attacked recently, but still standing strong in the word of Yah. The enemies, they come to kill, steal, and destroy. But I trust in Yah, and I'm not worried about them. And I suggest that neither my family should worry about them either. So until next time, may Yah bless you and your families. Stay safe. I'm Brother Judah Israel. One love and shalom.